It gives people the ability to have every type of healing modality that they want under one roof at an affordable price.
Hello again. Here we are, another Freedom Culture podcast. My name is Julian Guderlei, and right now I'm here with Rachell Brinkerhoff.
Hi.
Hi, Rachell. This is amazing that I get time to speak with you and drop in.
I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to spend this time with you and talk about what I love.
Nice. You're the founder and CEO of a wellness business.
I am.
What's the name of it?
Essentials for Living.
Essentials for Living.
Mm-hmm.
I know that in the way I've gotten to know you, I reference you as the Queen of Oils.
I get that a lot. Or the Goddess of Oils is another one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So why is that? Like, let us know.
Well, because I am really passionate about essential oils, and because essential oils have really taken my life into a completely different turn about 8 years ago when I got introduced to them. I've always been really passionate about wellness, well-being, health, fitness, and this was a missing link that I knew nothing about. And when it was first presented to me, I was like, what is that? And I just instantly, thought about perfume. I had no idea the capacity to which essential oils provide health-wise. And so that was a really fun rabbit hole to jump into and start learning about.
Totally. I think oils appeared in my awareness about 7 years ago or so, and Ayurveda, and then through life circumstances and a partner at the time who was fully savvy in the knowledge, I was just blown away by how oils can change the state of beingness within an immersive sensual experience within just 10 seconds.
It's quite extensive, and there's so much research being done. I mean, there's still so much we don't even understand how or why it works with our chemistry the way it does. It's just mind-blowing. I mean, the Huntsman Cancer Institute, Vanderbilt Hospital, those are all hospitals that are doing so much research on essential oils and disease and learning about the benefits of it. And they're beginning to use it in their integrative medical programs, which is amazing. And one of the things that I love so much about the essential oil company that I work with is they're actually changing the way we view healthcare. And they are building the very first integrated medical clinics called Prime Meridian, which is...
Prime Meridian?
Mm-hmm. Which basically is a clinic that provides both Eastern and Western medicine. So all under one roof for a membership price instead of paying insurance, which is much less than insurance. And so it gives people the ability to have every type of healing modality that they want under one roof at an affordable price. And they can even Skype with their doctors if they can't drive and make it in for an actual really 3D appointment, which is great because it saves you time and money. You're not, wasting all that time in the car and sitting in the office. And so it's really exciting to be part of that. And, that was another big reason why I even got into essential oils, is because I was really frustrated with the way our healthcare system is set up. Having 2 kids of my own and my son, struggling with some major health issues. And, the only thing that doctors could give me were antibiotics. And I was like, well, this isn't good for long-term use. What were we doing before modern medicine? That was a question that was just constantly pop into my mind. And so when essential oils came into my world, I learned about how they are the original medicine, and they've been used for thousands of years. The Egyptians, they were the true alchemists of essential oils. Distillation, they would embalm their mummies with the myrrh, and they would bury their pharaohs with frankincense, and that was actually worth more than gold to them. So
wow, yeah, I hear you. I think this is such a powerful way to connect with the essence of the flower and plant world.
Yeah.
Rachell, I find it really interesting that you're saying changing the way we harvest resources or interact with resources in the localities of that. it's interesting because your company doTERRA also offers a changed way of how to do business. So there's just a lot of transformation kind of built within this vehicle, right?
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
So one of those other transformation it brings with it, I think, is community and how it fosters or allows for a fostering community. Yeah, tell us about it because you're the expert.
Sure. So, when we think of like freedom culture, which is like what we're part of here at Envision, it draws a certain type of person to freedom culture. And what you realize is that this certain type of person is in resonance with how you operate, right? And so doTERRA, being a company that is really mission-driven to transform the way we view healthcare and really put the power of health back into people's hands versus leaving it in the hands of, just the medical industry, really empowering people through information, education, and, real plant medicine. It attracts a certain type of person. And what I've found through this community that, comes together is people who really are on the same mission. They want to be healthy. They want to feel their best. They want to help other people. And they want to be more connected to nature, And so it's just been amazing throughout my 7-8 year journey with doTERRA and my wellness business, Essentials for Living, the kind of people, the caliber of people that I have connected with through this mission. And the family just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's really powerful.
I want to hear about that. How big is your family, and how many countries does it span?
Oh my gosh. My network of people that I interact with is a little over 85,000. And we are open in, I believe, almost 70 countries now. And, we continue to open. It's just a matter of cutting red tape and working with the government and, making sure we're meeting their requirements and things like that. There's a lot that goes into being able to open a country. I actually have an amazing team that's growing in Bolivia, which is a country that's not open yet. So there's a lot that we have to do to get oils into the country. We have a private shipping company that basically mules our oils over to these people and delivers. We do twice a month deliveries. And they love the oils so much. And it's been so awesome to witness how it's impacted the lives there and how the communities of people have been able to create a really powerful business of wellness with the essential oils and how it's actually helped taking people out of poverty, put food on their tables, create a business for themselves where they were struggling before, and they're doing it by helping their communities. They're doing it in a way of service, and that's one of the things that I really resonate with this vehicle is that you are in service to others, and in turn, all of your needs get met. And it's a really beautiful synergistic exchange of energy, And so I've really loved watching the team grow there in Bolivia, and doTERRA's taken notice with how popular it's become there, and so they're working really hard with the government to create the right relationships so that we can make shipping through customs and all of that really easily available to the people. So it'll be more affordable shipping and all of those things. So it's been really fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and I know you get to travel a lot to those places to actually verify, see, and learn about what it means to be in a regenerative relationship with the land, with the people, with the locals, with the actual resource. That makes me really curious because those are business practices we're looking for everywhere, and they're sparsely popping up. So seeing that through an MLM vehicle like doTERRA, it makes my heart sing. I think this is awesome.
Yeah. They're doing amazing things to really shift the paradigm of network marketing and how people have originally viewed this vehicle. And it's really cool to witness people have some major transformations in how they view the industry. And it takes people doing big things to make that change. And it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but it's an important conversation to have, and it's important to recognize now. Understanding that your dollar has power and where you choose to spend it can either really help the planet or do a lot of harm. And for me, if I'm going to get behind something, if I'm going to feel good about what I'm putting my name on and what I choose to do, I want to know the ins and outs of all of it. And so, when I first started using the oils, this wasn't something that I was interested at all in doing it as like a business model. I just liked the oils, and I recognized how it had, helped my family. And it wasn't until a year later that I went through a whole life transformation. Everything shifted, and I really saw this as being the vehicle for me to be able to show up in the way that I've wanted to for years, and I just didn't recognize it until then. Teaching, education, that's all been something super important to me. Health, wellness, super important. And it was like doTERRA, it just finally made sense that this would be the vehicle. So I dove head first, and I did tons of research. I wanted to know who the owners were, which I got to meet. I discovered that they do some really big humanitarian projects with the growers that they partner with around the world. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to be part of that. Yeah. Where do I sign up? And so their very first humanitarian
Natural
trip.
passion shows up when that happens, right?
Yeah, their very first humanitarian trip. I was like, sign me up. And I went on a trip to Bolivia with them. And it was a really powerful 15-day expedition to the Altiplano, and we worked our asses off. We were staying in a cold cement hut on a floor. The altitude's super high. I was getting pressure headaches. And we would get up every morning at 7 a.m., have breakfast with our local villagers, and then we would take a little bus ride over to the plot of land where we were building a medical facility. And we were there working with the community, mixing cement. These Bolivian women worked harder than the men, and they had babies strapped to their backs. And they were wearing their traditional Bolivian hats and skirts. I mean, it was just the coolest thing to witness.
I love Bolivia.
They celebrated our arrival. I cried. It was so powerful the way they welcomed us in. And then to be, mixing cement with them and be laying the brick with them and be, putting posts up and creating this clinic that was going to service over 10,000 people in the community. And then a few days later, we wound up doing a workshop for over 30 doctors around the region. And they all came in their traditional tribal outfits. They had questions. We broke out into little 5-person groups to answer questions individually. We armed them with tons of books so that they had resources to look up and research. And we donated tens of thousands of dollars of essential oils to their clinics. And that was so amazing. I got to spend a day in the life of this 23-year-old woman who had 6 children, and her husband was away 6 months out of the year working. He was farming potatoes, and they lived in this tiny little, 500 square foot mud hut with, dirt floors. The air was so thick you could barely breathe in there, and their beds lined the walls. One wall was stacked full of sacks of potatoes. They would cook on cow patties as fuel. And I remember I couldn't even breathe in there. And I just remember looking at her children and just my heart, I really walked away with this white man's guilt, honestly, because
privilege is real, right?
Privilege is real.
Inequality is still real. It's 2019.
Yeah. To see that poverty was really heavy duty. And I remember looking at this woman going, wow, she's never going to have the same opportunities as I have. Yeah. And that what a gift it was to be there and to give my time, to support, to whatever. That felt so amazing. And I remember helping her children get ready for school, and we were literally taking dirty clothes off of them and putting other dirty clothes on. It was mind-blowing to me. And they all drink from the same well that they wash their hands in. It was mind-opening for me.
Yeah. Very real, right?
Very real. Yeah. And that was actually one of my first trips out of the country. So, and I've gone on many, many trips around the world, and I've got to meet the growers. We were in Nepal, and I took a 7-hour bus ride up to the Annapurna mountain ranges. Craziest bus ride I've ever been on. I thought we were going to go over the edge many, many times. Yeah. But to meet this village up there and meet the women who walk around these paths and they pick wild growing wintergreen and they take it down in these gunny sacks to the distillery right there, and you get to see how it's all done, and your relationship changes with that essential oil. You start to recognize the energy exchange that happens, like the love and care that goes into these plants, and they only harvest in sections for 3 months out of the year, and then they can't touch it for the rest of the year.
So it's like a super progressive, adaptive to nature.
Yeah, they've really got it down. Their practices are of the purest that exists,
So cool. I want to just also acknowledge that we have some oil on the table, and I know you might have even brought some more. As we're talking about oils, I'm like, I want to play. So what did you bring? Yeah.
So I brought Citrus Bliss. This is an invigorating blend because I know we've had quite a day. It's been really hot, and our energy levels can kind of dip. This reminds me of like an orange creamsicle. You ever remember eating those popsicles? It's got the cream filling. So that's really what it smells like. It's got some vanilla notes in there. It's citrusy, so it's going to be really elevating to the mood and the mind. It's very stimulating to the limbic brain. And it's just great to give you a little boost of energy. It's a happy blend.
Very citrus, but also quite
the vanilla, right? It's like, ooh, yeah. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
I love playing with oils. I think
too.
Oils they're sensual, they're fun, they're innocent, they're natural.
It's how you tap into your inner alchemist.
Big time.
Yeah.
I want to tap a little bit more into your inner alchemist. I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Just so we get to hear different side of you. Ideally, just answer with yes or no, or either or whatever comes up.
Sure.
So, first question I want to ask you is, what do you prefer? The idea of planting trees or flying to Mars?
I like the idea of planting trees.
Ocean water or lake water to swim in?
Ocean water.
Waterfalls or desert?
Waterfalls.
Sleeping in a tent or a cabin?
Sleeping in a cabin.
I like that. Meditation or dance?
I mean, dance is meditation.
So right on. Rachell, what are 3 takeaway pieces that you've learned about building a community and family of 85,000 people and more?
The importance of servant leadership, and how impactful that is. That it's not about me, it's about them, and how can I show up my best self every day, and every day that's going to change. But how can I show up my best, and how can I give the most, and really support people on their path. That's been a huge key piece. Number 2, I would say the deepening of my connection to what essential oils are, where they come from, and understanding the impact on these communities around the globe that really rely on the income that they receive by farming these oils, and how they're able to expand their crops, which create more jobs, which also help with sustainability of those plants so that they're around for many, many more moons for us to be able to receive the benefits. That's been really, really impactful.
Beautiful.
Number 3, it has been so liberating, and just there really aren't words to describe how freeing it is to...
I can feel it off you as you're speaking about freeing it is. I'm like, yeah.
To have a career that doesn't feel like work, it's play every day.
Every day.
Every day. And it takes me all over the world, and it connects me with incredible people and experiences. Like, I want to cry when I think about it because I'm like, wow, I feel so lucky. Like, #blessed, okay?
Yeah.
Like, for real, like, it's, wow. I mean, I really wake up in gratitude every day, and I'm like, holy shit, this is my life. Like, it's special. There's not a lot of words to describe how
Thank you for sharing that honestly and vulnerably in a very real way, because I think if I look around, I feel really blessed too. You know, it's not that I count my gratitudes, that saying never really resonated, but gratitude is like number 1 practice every day to resonate from a place of realizing we're actually in paradise at this very moment, and it's very much just up to us to recognize it.
Yeah, it's your reality is whatever. Your reality is your personality, right? So whatever you choose to see is what you will see. If you want to see hell on earth, that will be your reality. If you really want to see paradise, you will see that. It's like, I'll give you an example. This is going to sound crazy. It does to many people. But Washington, D.C. is one of my favorite cities to visit because it has this energy that's so palpable. And there's so many dynamic, intelligent, driven people there. Yeah. And every time I go there, I connect with very like-minded people that are just like me, that really want to change the world, that are very much about like freedom culture, that are esoteric and just like super, super beautiful humans. But I've met a lot of people who are from there, and their viewpoint is very different, obviously, which is normal when you grow up in certain places, whatever. But, it's like, whatever you want to see, you will see. That's what you will attract, And so what I've recognized that no matter where I go in the world, I'm able to magnetize my people to me. So it's
like we as humans, especially when we're in like a hard resonance between our heart, our mind, and in coherence, we form something that you could call an attractor field. And this attractor field is really bringing in more of those people that really need to feel your essence and this essence of playfulness and freedom that you're embodying and that you're sharing with people as, you're inviting oils into their life. I see you. I think this is really powerful.
Thank you. It's so much fun. I like being like here at Envision. I've really enjoyed just kind of dancing around the camp and anointing people with peppermint to cool their bodies, and like making the eye contact and seeing the little love exchange that takes place. And then, I've had people come up to the drop zone and ask me more questions about the peppermint. They're like, wow, that felt so good. Like I had no idea, and it's just like to be able to pop people open like that. It's just so much fun. Yeah. It's really fun. It makes me feel like a little fairy.
Thank you for spending this time with me here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to ask one more question.
Sure.
How can people find you? Where can they find you? Or are you doing anything else that you want to highlight at this moment? So to just kind of give us a way to stay connected with you.
Yeah. So I mostly use Instagram, and it's essentials for like FOR_living. So essentials for living.
Yep. Essentials for living.
Mm-hmm. And so you can connect with me on Instagram. I'm pretty active, and I always respond within, a few minutes if people message me. I'm pretty good about that. Yeah. I do online workshops via Facebook often. I do like one-on-one coaching, so people can schedule calls with me. You can connect with me on Facebook. It's just Rachell Brinkerhoff, and that's Rachell. Last name Brinkerhoff, big long German name. Pretty easy to find. Yeah, pretty easy to find. So those are the two main sources to connect with me. Yeah, or you can go to my doTERRA website and find me there too. So it's just mydoterra.com/the essentials for living.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's Saturday afternoon at Envision.
It is
2019. What are you most excited for the next day and a half in front of us?
Well, I am running the Wellness Lounge here at our Freedom Culture Camp. It's called the Drop Zone, no pun intended. And I am just really loving mixing up little health elixirs, little mocktails for people that are infused with essential oils. And I've really been enjoying creating special personalized essential oil blends for people. And so I really look forward to continuing to do that. We're also offering Aroma Touch Technique, which is a clinical application of essential oils down the 5 meridians of the spine and the feet.
I received some. It was wonderful. It helped me relax, helped me stay focused.
It definitely blasts you into another dimension. Exactly. Yeah, most people pass out within like the first 5 minutes. So it's really, really fun to just keep offering that. So I'm looking forward to that, and also getting my boogie on later. Trevor Hall is going to be playing, Closey is going to be playing, Grizz. So there's some good music going down, and I just love to be able to go meditate by moving my body.
Meditate by moving our body. Rachell, thank you so much for being here with me. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Drop in with you for a short little bit.
I'd love that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much.